Dima, you'll be talking, and as I understand, will share my screen.
Yes, please. I'd like to ask Oleg to open the window. It's really stuffy in here. What you're seeing is the language and flag screen. I ran into a bug where I couldn't switch the language. So basically, I switched the language, leave the screen for another one, and nothing gets saved. The language wasn't being saved. I found this bug about the flags. The flags don't get saved either. I try to pick different ones. They don't get saved. Textures glitching. When the little planes are shown, the textures flicker, they appear and disappear. So you get this kind of mess on the screen from time to time. Take a look at where my plane is located. Let's play a game of Find Wild. In pictures with Waldo, it's crowded, but no one else is here. So the question is, where is my plane? I'll tell you, my plane is located...
There it is in the upper right corner, the big one.
Yes, Evgeny, very funny. My plane is actually where the list of names is on the left, and I was very often in a situation where my plane was near the minimap, near those names. It was really hard to keep track of the plane and understand what position it was in. That is, it's looking up, down. I don't know. You need to in some way center the camera, like maybe focus so that the plane is in the center of the screen, or do something else with it.
It's impossible to keep the plane in the center of the screen because most of the screen needs to be in front of the plane. So the plane should be heading toward the area where there's more screen space. So if the plane is in the center of the screen, then all the space, all the area of the screen that's behind you, it basically won't be used. Everything here is so small.
And it's true, you and Dima, and here the solution is to move it about 10 to 15% to the left and fix it, let's say, at about 25 to 30% of the screen, so that it's always basically in the same place. Make it so that the plane doesn't end up, let's say, in the interface elements, because that really does indeed worsen the user experience.
That's a quick option. And what if we remove this list if there are no changes in it, and only show it when something changes?
That's an awesome idea, yeah. We need to put the list of nicknames somewhere else, because having it in the center of the screen is terrible. It blocks the plane and looks bad. But here it shows how many lives and kills each team member has. Just display the player's nickname, and in real time show who gets a kill or when something changes. Also, add a button to show the full list while held.
Yeah, so we need to find some kind of solution here that will help avoid these situations. Well, here we have a very similar problem. We have all sorts of different emojis popping up from time to time, and these emojis can appear pretty much anywhere on the screen. I actually caught one right in front of me. If, roughly speaking, there had actually been an enemy in this situation, I probably wouldn't have seen the marker showing how far away they were from me. In other words, it would overlap with the emoji, or the emoji would overlap with that icon. I mean, it's fine for them to be there, probably, but they shouldn't appear in the center of the screen when I'm in combat and only have 2.5 lives left.
I would show them up there where we have the player list at the top. As we discussed, we should only show changes. We can display the player's name and emoji at the top for 3 seconds, then fade it out smoothly.
I think I would probably like to see the emoji next to the button where you can send it.
That would also motivate the player to send it themselves. Here you see a screen that I managed to catch basically maybe 5 to 8 times during my entire time playing the game. I caught this kind of screen, and I don't really understand what it's related to. I mean, I have a pretty strong internet connection. I even get 5G and everything, but I still got this screen. And the thing is, when the timer ran out, I was immediately kicked out. And that was it. I wasn't brought back into the game at all. And honestly, the penalty system just didn't seem interesting to me at all. First of all, you already lose a lot of rating points. I could easily leave a match and lose almost nothing. So you need to make the penalty system harsher somehow. Like, instead of losing 5 points, you should lose 10 or even 15.
So that brings us to the point mentioned earlier, as there's so many planes. So let's say, I don't know, maybe ban the plane if someone leaves the match. Well, if that's well, see how it works out. Because again, the idea comes from World of Tanks, especially since many are from there. So if you leave a match early, that plane becomes temporarily unavailable. No, it's just like a 30-minute cooldown, like opening a chest. Here's a reward, you watch a reward ad to unlock it earlier, and so on. So if you want to leave early, then watch an ad or buy your way out.
That might work. It would also reduce people leaving, since you couldn't just jump back and you'd have to watch a reward ad first.
Here we can see that on the one hand, apparently a player dropped out, even though on the previous screen, when they showed us the planes, he was there. But on this screen, he's already gone. So now it's basically a 2 versus 1 battle. And it's obvious that we're going to win because he had 3 lives and we had 6. In situations like this, I think that, in my opinion, if a player, even if it's the other player drops out and someone is left alone, then they should be given an extra life to somehow even the odds. At least something to balance the skill screen. First of all, I didn't remember it right away. I went through all the tutorials and played carefully, but for some reason I forgot about the skills. So I picked the first skill and that was it. I forgot about it. Problem is different. You can't look at descriptions of these skills. That is, you click on them and nothing happens. Okay, fine. I don't have enough points. I'm short by 1 point. But I'd like to read the text. I'd like to be able to maybe plan out my build. I mean, just go through the skill tree and simply scroll through it, take a look. Quests. I played and I had around 30 crashes in total. So I forgot about the quests for one thing. Well, yeah. Basically, the tasks are very varied, but it's really hard to complete them. For example, I never managed to finish this one.
Yes, quests are primarily a tool designed to maintain the retention rate, especially daily quests or even just simple ones so that players can complete them in 1 or at most 2 matches.
About the connection, as you can see, I have South America, and when I select South America and move from one screen to another, my selection isn't saved. At first, I thought I needed to select the region, save it, and then click refresh. I thought that was actually the save button, but it just refreshes the numbers and doesn't actually save anything. That button has always been in the far bottom right corner for me. So whether I chose Asia, Russia, or South America, when you respawn on the airfield after being shot down, you don't have any sort of invincibility at all. And I probably got hit by a bomb right in the face about 3 separate times as soon as I appeared. And please understand me correctly. The first time, I smiled. The second time, I winced. And by the third time, I really began swearing. It's nearly impossible to deploy the parachute. I managed to successfully deploy the parachute maybe only 2 or 3 times in all of the matches that I played in, to be honest. No matter how many times I tried to do this kind of finger magic, I tried holding it, I tried quick taps. Basically, this system needs to be simplified somehow, because I tried more than once, but I only managed to do it 2 or 3 times.
Obviously, the interface itself shouldn't be a challenge. That's just awful. But it just seemed like, in reality, to jump, you usually have to pull 2 things. So it's like you're really sure you want to jump out. Those buttons were placed so conveniently on the interface that we wanted them symmetrical. So you let go of the controls, hold down 2 buttons, and that's it. You eject in about 1.5 seconds.
We never suspected anything could be wrong with these buttons, or any issues with pressing them, because the touch area seemed large enough.
Question, does landing on water kill the pilot or not?
There's a skill for that. The first swimming skill lets you stay afloat in the water, not sink. Second swimming skill, swim left, right. No comments on that. The skill is just called swimming. If you level it up, landing on water won't kill you.
That skill isn't even among the first 3 skills. So we have agility, agility 2, and running speed.
Yeah, it's considered an elite skill.
Resistance to overload, right? An elite skill?
Not elite in the sense of...
Productory maps. So maybe sell it separately on its own or something like that.
It's an unusual feature that doesn't really offer much for monetization, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's funny.
Because there were a few times at certain moments when I jumped out trying to survive, but I just didn't have that opportunity or option.
Because it's a hardcore game, right?
It's better to make it to land than jump there.
All right. I'll probably just give a brief summary. I like the game. The game is great. Flying is interesting. You get many planes right from the start. You try yourself in different variations. So at first I played as the Germans. They're pretty massive and honestly they're hard to control. Then I tried the Japanese plane. It's like a fleet, can actually fly for quite a long time, shoots a lot, but it bites much more than it kills. And it's very agile like a worm. I sincerely wish you the best of luck. Please keep developing the project. This is cool. We'll be glad if you improve the game and come back again. I'd play more.
Thanks.
Thanks.
You know, you're not supposed to play games outside of reviews, right, Dima?
When you play a game for review, it's like you're actually busy with something important. You're doing something useful, but when you play just for yourself, you're taking time away from your own experience.
Sorry, guys. Can I just mention something before I forget? When we were talking about the tree, you should make its physical model smaller. Just simply have the physical model somewhere deep inside the crown, like this. So the whole thing is this big, as you can see, but the physical model is like this. So, you know, you can actually touch the outer branches and not die. But if you go deeper and hit the thicker branches, then you explode. Thank you, Evgeny. Dima, well, I take it you're done. Thank you. Very well done. Actually, everyone did a great job today, except for me. Yeah, that's how it turned out. But still, I hear and I see that we've talked about a lot of things. Dima, Arthur,
We're super grateful. Today was very interesting and detailed, and all the questions I wanted to ask, I actually listened to the end and they covered every point, everything. So thank you very much. It was awesome.
yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much, friends. A huge thank you to everyone.
Thank you for coming from different countries and backgrounds, for finding time to play and share your thoughts. That means a lot to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye to all. We will see each other at the next reviews. Done. Bye-bye.